Teenagers stop listening to parents. Why has my child changed? Have you ever felt this as a parent? My child was so close to me earlier, but now my teenager does not listen to me. You say something with love, they react with irritation. You give advice, they say, I know. You try to correct them, they walk away, argue, or remain silent. And slowly, as a parent, you begin to feel hurt. You may ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Why is my child moving away from me? Does my teenager no longer respect me? Let's pause here. Parents, your teenager may not be rejecting you. They may be reacting to the way your message is being delivered. Hi, this is Coach SELO. Today, let us understand one small but important issue between parents and teenagers. Why parents feel hurt? Parents feel hurt because the relationship seems to change suddenly. When the child was young, they listened easily. They shared small stories. They came running to the parent. They accepted guidance without much questioning. But during the teenage years, something changes. Teenagers begin to think independently. They want privacy. They want respect. They want to be heard. So, when they don't respond like before, parents may feel rejected. But very often, the teenager is not saying, I don't need you. They may actually be saying, please understand me differently now. That is the first shift parents need to notice. The child is growing. The relationship also has to grow. What the parent says as against what the teenager hears. Many teenagers are not rejecting their parents. They may be resisting the way parents communicate. They may be rejecting repeated advice, repeated comparison, repeated criticism, and repeated lectures. A parent says, I'm only guiding you. But the teenager hears, you don't trust me, do you? A parent says, I know what is good for you. But the teenager hears, my feelings don't matter, do they? A parent says, I'm telling this for your future. But the teenager hears, you are not seeing what I am going through today. This is where the emotional gap begins. The intention of the parents is true and comes from love. But the experience of the teenager is that of pressure. And when pressure increases, listening decreases. Why more advice may create more distance? Repeated advice can sound like repeated doubt. When the same instruction is given again and again and again, the teenager may feel, my parents don't believe I can think, or they only see my mistakes. They are not listening to my side. Every conversation becomes a big lecture. Once a teenager expects a lecture, they stop opening up. They may sit in front of you, but emotionally they shut the door. That is why more advice does not always create more influence. Sometimes more advice creates more distance. So, the first step is not to give more advice. On the other hand, the first step is to rebuild connection. Hence, before correcting, strive to connect. Before advising, get ready to listen. Before judging, try to understand. And before reacting, take a pause. A teenager is more likely to listen when they feel respected. The solution. So, what is the solution? Should not parents guide? Should not parents set boundaries for their teenagers? Yes. Parents must guide. Parents must correct. Parents must set boundaries. But guidance becomes powerful only when there is trust. Connection does not mean parents should stop guiding. But first comes connection, then comes trust, and then comes influence, followed by guidance. Without connection, advice sounds like pressure. With connection, advice feels like support. So, dear parents, the next time your teenager does not listen, don't immediately ask, "Why is my child so stubborn?" Instead, gently ask yourself, "Is my message reaching my child? Or is my tone creating resistance? Am I striving to connect first or correct them first? Am I listening enough before advising?" And similar such questions. This week, try one small change. Before giving advice to a teenager, ask yourself, or ask him better, "Do you want me to listen first, or shall I share my suggestions?" This one question can change the quality of the conversation. Teenagers do not need perfect parents. They need parents who are willing to understand them, grow with them, and guide them with calm strength. Hi friends, hi parents. I'm Coach SELO. Let us learn how parents and teenagers can understand each other one conversation at a time.